And I'm back. Nat Maskio has fucked off to bed. As you can see over there, there's just an empty chair. It's empty. I'm all alone by myself, patrons, for any of you guys that can see this. So we're going to talk some wrestling. Oh, wait a minute. Did I just hear a voice in my ear? Hello?
Could it be?
Oh my god! Whose voice is that?
The voice.
The voice. The only voice. There he is, motherfucker. How you doing, Chris Toplak in the house?
I've been great. How about yourself, man?
Very good. Say hello to the patrons. This is the patron-only extended part, so this won't be on the iTunes version. We'll introduce you again on that show.
Perfect. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. I've got my Monster Ripper. I'm jealous because I don't have any fucking beer. Let's make sure this one works.
This is from San Francisco. It's called Anchor Steam. Very smooth, drinkable. It's an amber. I dig it.
You're a beer smark, aren't you?
I mark out for a good pint. I do. Yeah. I'm Canadian. I think we have to.
Yeah, I like you getting into all the details, but if you're Scottish, it's just, does it have alcohol? Good. Down it, Drink, motherfucker.
I still need to go over to your neck of the woods.
Yeah,
particularly, I got to go to Ireland and drink a fresh pint of Guinness, one of my favorite stouts.
Yeah, they say it's the best. The further it's travelled, the worse it tastes, which is obviously bullshit. But when you go to the factory, I've been there before in Dublin.
Have you?
Yeah, it's really cool.
Well, one of the other big reasons too, and I'm going to drop some knowledge on you here, is quality control. It's not as prominent here in the Great White North and also America, just based on the fact that there are too few people that expertise in cleaning out the lines and making sure everything's looking good.
Sweet. It's still I'm not a big Guinness drinker. I know you are. Is that like your favourite?
Yeah, I love Guinness. I love a good Pilsner. Love a good amber beer. Man, I like anything basically that has flavor and alcohol in it, to be honest. It's a process. It's one that I appreciate.
Yeah, I like just the alcohol. I forgo the flavor part.
You go for hard liquor, though. I can't, because if I have, say, like a diet rum and Coke, I guess I'm watching my figure, I go like 9 deep, and the bill will come, and I'm like, who the fuck let me have 9 of these?
That's why you're better with a bottle. It's cheaper.
Yeah.
Just a bottle of fucking rum. Let me press this button. There's me, there's you, and there's me. Right, patrons, you've had 2 extended intros. You've had one from Nat Maskio earlier talking absolute shite, and now you have one from Chris Toplak talking about Guinness. So, does it get much better?
It doesn't.
And what you were saying earlier actually ties in with the title of this podcast. So what I'm going to do is I'll play the ads. We've only got 2 ads this week, and ads, and we'll go in straight after that. Okay, so give me a second, and this is where it'll get more professional. I'll keep it flowing, or I'll keep it insane. That's what I'm going to say. Excuse me. Right, so let's just make sure this fucking works. I am recording our audio now to Pro Tools so we can get it. Right, okay. Oh, I'm not. Yeah, that's fine. Go and do a test on your mic.
Testing.
Yeah, good. Sweet. Okay.
Testing, Brian Alvarez.
Save that for the fucking thing. Right, right, here we go. Gonna play 2 ads. You might not be able to hear these actually. Because it's the way that it's set up, you probably won't. It doesn't matter if you don't. I'll just come in. Or give me a thumbs up if you can hear it. Or thumbs up if you... I'm going to press play. Just give me a thumbs up if you can hear it. Buongiorno! You might remember me. I spent 27 fucking years as The Undertaker in the WWE. But now, I'm selling Big Mark Calloway's chips and cheese. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Chips and cheese. Oh, you bastard, yeah. Hello, that's right. It's me. Please tell Vince, everyone call in to the WWE, tweet them, email them and say Big Mark Calloway is not going to Australia. right, and say, Triple H, fuck you. Big Mark Calloway just wants to sell his chips and cheese. And bollocks to that Super Showdown push. Big Mark Calloway's Chips and Cheese, available at all good fly fishing stores. You will eat my chips and cheese.
Attention, the following advertisement is for a real thing that exists. This is not a joke advert.
Do you want to prove that you're the best fictional wrestler in all of YouTube? Become a level 3 or above patron and join Reaction Room Rasslin, a one-of-a-kind creator wrestler show where you get to compete against your fellow Reaction Room patrons. Coming up this week, it's Reaction Room Rasslin Ultimate Sacrifice. See the Reaction Room Wrestling champion, Hamish the Hammer Hart, defend his title against the Lexbot. Witness the prestigious Reaction Room Intercontinental Champion, Adam Foley, in action. Nick the Dick Charlick will take on Jose Tabuada. And in the main event, a 6-man tag team match, including the patron saint Tyler D and the anti-smart Peter Atkinson, taking on the PA sensation Greg Cherry and the Wolfman. Become a patron of the Reaction Room today and become a part of this can't miss action.
And I am back. Nat Mas KO has indeed fucked off to bed, leaving me all alone. I'm all by myself in a room talking about wrestling. Oh, wait a minute, I can see there's someone in the room! No, he's not in the room, he's over in Canada somewhere. It's Mr. Chris Toplack!
Thank you for the warm introduction. I greatly appreciate that.
How are you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. It's amazing to finally chat with you in real time. We've always done like little Snapchats, which seems like such a 16-year-old thing to do. Between each other, we would record Snapchat thoughts on UFC events, WWE events. Finally, mano a mano, we get to chat live.
Yeah, obviously the best Snapchats were the those ones. We should not mention them on here. I don't know why we shouldn't mention them on here, but let's just say it involved my penis. Anyway, we do a segment on here. Actually, introduce yourself, please, to the people that might not know who you are, Chris Toplack. Give us a little background briefly before I regale you with absolute nonsense.
So, first and foremost, I host my own wrestling podcast. It's called Ask the Top, which soon enough, it's actually going to be the signature spot with Chris Toplack. So on that show, essentially it's all about news, rumors, predictions, show recaps, and then now we're going to be talking about some new topics. So I'll be focusing on that with some guests, including yourself. Prior to that, I hosted a couple different UFC podcasts, and I also come from the world of professional radio and voiceover work. So that's what brought me here, and it's the fact that I'm a lifelong fan. I love to speak about it, and I love to entertain. So that's why I produce the show.
Yeah, motherfucker. Yes, you cannot tell. You can't tell that you've got a profession in the voiceover / radio business. You cannot tell. I don't think you've got the voice for it, quite frankly.
I don't think so either, sir.
Right, I'm going to just dive straight into this with the rest of this podcast. It's called Seg 2 because we've changed they're no longer episodes, they're segments. The reasoning behind that, Chris, I'm going to have to change your name because I'm Chris. What the fuck am I going to call you? The Top.
I mean, you can call me Top. Topper.
The
Toplack. Top is good.
Toplack. The Top. The Topper. Mr. fucking T. Yes, the Top. I like it. Yeah, so what happens, we're going to do segs now, usually about an hour 20. We're trying to keep it in line with Raw segments. So, each segment represents a segment on Raw. So they're about an hour and 20 minutes fucking long. Before an episode's up, we're going to, it's going to be, you're going to feel like you're going to want to die because you haven't been entertained. That's what happens when you watch Raw sometimes. Quite frankly.
Opens with a Triple H promo. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but this episode, I keep saying episode, is segment. I'm talking to myself when I say Chris there, top. This seg is called All Out. As we explained earlier, myself and that Maschio earlier, we planned on watching it all in at the weekend, but our plans got fucked. So we did not watch it. So this is called All Out. But you did watch the show. What did you think? Without giving me any spoilers, I've managed to avoid every single spoiler known to man.
It was very satisfying. I believe ultimately everything that we wanted to happen did occur. And that was the most important part. You know what the vibe was to me? It really felt like a true ECW show back in the day. Very passionate fans, loud, great action, still some story arcs there, and a lot of character development, laughs along the way too. So I felt it was the full gamut. It wasn't overly corny. It wasn't too wrestling driven, which also can be a little bit of a con, right? Because then everything is essentially a 5-star match. But in this case, I thought that it was very well rounded, and as I mentioned, ultimately very satisfying. I gave it, for the record, an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10.
Well, I will give you my we do a wank rank, which we will give it. It's out of 5 usually. We will try and do that. That's based on usually Alvarez, Meltzer, Keller kind of scale. But
I'll give it a 3.75 out of 5. Sounds good.
Brian, no, that's Steve Meltzer. I have to say, did you watch any Starcast?
I didn't. That's actually one thing I did not watch that I'm meaning to. It's pretty pricey, though, at the same time. I know that Conrad Thompson was selling that pretty hard. Buy your tickets, right? Yeah. But it was the fact that it was like $99, and that's American. That's not even Canadian, and our dollar is not doing so well, right? Yeah. You know, in America, we have our own battles that we're facing. So it was quite pricey. I did not buy it. I am contemplating going for the replay and catching like the roast of Bruce Pritchard and the Death of WCW panel and some neat shows like that, I guess. But at the same time, though, too, I listen to a lot of these podcasts, so it's going to be regurgitated content, right? It's going to be a narrative from, say, Eric Bischoff, or as Brad Pillman would say, Eric Bitchoff, and I have no problem with them. But that being said, I've already heard the narrative. I don't know if I need to pay $100 to watch it.
Well, we watched a lot of Starcast instead of watching all in because we had plans, but we couldn't follow through with a lot of them. So we managed to watch a few. The roast.
What was it like ultimately? Like, I'm genuinely curious because that's awesome. One that I did not really read a lot of spoilers for.
I'm just going to open my Monster Ripper here. I wish it was a beer at this time in the morning, but give me a second. Let me sip of this.
Oh, 156 in your neck of the woods, by the way.
What's that?
156 in your neck of the woods. 157 now.
1:57 a.m. on Friday, the very morning that this podcast will go up on iTunes and Spotify and all that shit. I don't know why I'm telling people, because you're obviously listening to it, so there's no point in actually explaining where you're listening to it, is there? Yeah, it was good. Starcast was pretty good. There's so much content, though, there really is. But the death of WCW was, oh my god, I had no idea. JD Reynolds, I had no idea who this guy was. I never want to fucking see him in my life again. When he walked on the stage, I was like, how the fuck has anyone given you any creed? This book, Death of WCW, it's so embarrassing. He said 5 words. He was a fucking dweeb of the biggest fashion. R.D. Reynolds, if you're out there, fuck you. But yeah, it was, apart from that, it was good. We saw the first night was good. It was Bruce Pritchard, and it was the Monday Night Wars one. That was funny. It wasn't just rehashing a lot of the same old shit, because there was a lot of funny stuff in there.
Good.
But yeah, Starcast is fun. We're going to watch a lot more of it, I think. But yeah, again, all in. We're looking forward to watching it. We have not watched it quite fucking yet. But we do a segment on the podcast that's called Let's Remember Wrestling. So I'm just going to go through a few things, and then you can let me know what you thought. Before that Maschio went to bed, I asked her one of these things, and it was, how about those Bellas? The comeback of the century for Brie Bella. What do you think about that, Mr. Top Black?
I don't want to ever see her attempt a suicide dive again for the rest of my life. I just imagine that conversation she had with Daniel saying, so, what do you think? No.
Yeah.
And I could just see him going,
dude, I thought that was, wow. Really? Wow. Twice. Wow. What the fuck? Oh, man.
She's not exactly technically sound, is she?
I know, but she doesn't have to be doing this stuff. I think they've been surpassed. I hate to say it, but maybe they should bring. What was it? Was it Maria Kanellis that was saying they should bring back the Divas belt? Did you hear that?
I did. That's a bit of a joke. I think that's the only one that she could actually believe to be achievable for her.
Well,
right?
that's what I'm saying.
She's not going to win the Raw or SmackDown Women's Championship.
That's why. Yeah, you can have it for Kelly and her.
I just say the joke I always use for Kelly. I've never seen somebody in my life bounce off the rope so unnaturally.
Oh yeah,
as Kelly.
Oh yeah, dude. When she entered the Rumble this year, we were at the Rumble. And when she entered that Women's Rumble, fuck me. There's something happened. I can't remember what it was, or if she was getting eliminated or something. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. But yeah, apart from that, Brie Bella, comeback of the fucking century. How about this one? This is from Raw, obviously, we're talking about from this week. Bobby Roode and Chad Gable are now a fucking tag team?
I don't know why. I can tell you that Bobby Roode needs to be a heel. Chad Gable, when he is given the platform, he never disappoints.
No, yeah.
He deserves better. Give him like a mid-title reign. So
Agreed.
give him like an IC title reign or United States title reign and he'll be fine.
100% agreed. Do you think they're just doing this so they can build them both up in the casual fan? Because obviously NXT, Bobby Roode and TNA, obviously, but especially NXT, he was fucking amazing as that heel character when he first came out with the music, had those great matches, and the casual fans that do exist as much as smarks like they pretend that they don't. Casual fans haven't really seen Bobby Roode. So I think maybe they're trying to build him up with Chad, and then do you think there'll be the heel turn on Chad there?
I think so. I mean, basically by making him a babyface, you stripped away all of his attitude and anything that made him interesting. It's the same thing they've done with Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, she's a natural heel as well.
And the reason why she's so good as a heel too, and I've explained this to many people, is the fact that she is so naturally talented that it's easy to hate her.
Yeah, absolutely. She's fucking unbelievable. How about this one then? Drake Maverick.
Oh Jesus!
What the fuck were we watching on Monday? What? I'm just diving into this right away. Overall thoughts. What if you were to sum up Raw in a couple of words from this week? What would it be? Because I'm seeing a lot of people that thought it was good. I'm seeing people that thought it was bad. Myself, I'm in the it was a fucked up show, very negative camp. It was a mess, in my opinion. What do you think?
Absent-minded. It just lacked so much knowledge and common sense and logic. And it's just the fact that these shows are so overly scripted that they're doomed for failure the second they start. You start handing these wrestlers, or they call them superstars, scripts, it's just not going to perform very well. And it's the fact that it's just so many segments that drag out, so many endless promos. I mean, you have like a Dana Brooke match, and she breaks apart from Titus O'Neil and Apollo Crews, and nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a damn.
Worldwide! When Drake Maverick came out, I was just like, is this motherfucker think it's Halloween or something? And he's out dressing up? What the fuck was that? Why has he been put with the authors of piss, as I like to call them?
I don't know. I could tell you that I really truly miss Paul Ellering, though.
Yes, and I think
he was willing to travel. He actually put out a tweet that said, "I had no problem traveling." So why the hell did they not call him up?
Well, this is brand new breaking news to me, because I was saying when we were watching it, I was like, "Oh, well, they obviously need someone to speak for them, obviously." But when I saw it was Drake, I was like, great, he's a great talker, but they're doing this weird dress-up thing. It's bizarre. But I was like, what was wrong with Paul Ellering? I think Natalie asking that. I think I automatically assumed, well, his age and stuff, and, he can't really keep up with his schedule, having to travel everywhere. And you've just shot that down. You've blew my mind, Toplac. You shot down in a blaze of glory. But
we did. But he should be there. Yeah. I mean, truth be told, he obviously managed the famous Road Warriors, the Legion of Doom, as they were stripped down in the WWF, but he was the perfect pairing for them. I mean, he's always managed monsters and these two look like monsters, and when you let them go, they can actually perform like monsters too.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just the image of Drake Maverick just coming. Do you think they're going to roll with this just to troll the fans?
I think so. I will tell you though, I actually don't mind the pairing for the pure fact that it's actually going to get them back on track.
Oh yeah,
They're actually going to start win matches. It's just the fact that there's no logic behind it. He said, "Well, I'm the manager, or I'm the GM of 205 Live, a show that nobody seemingly fucking watches on the WWE Network," which is a shame, by the way. And now all of a sudden, that's the logic behind him managing this team. Makes no sense.
Can I just say, Mr. Toplak, it's good to hear you drop an F-bomb, because you're such a gentleman usually when I listen to your show, because of the PG aspect. So yeah, give me another one, please. Say fuck.
I'm not gonna fucking tell you anything more. How about
that? Fucking HBK and Undertaker. That happened.
That stole the show. Without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, that show was almost a colossal failure until that promo. Once you heard the gong and the Undertaker actually show up, it was like, holy shit, he's here. And man, those two have undeniable chemistry.
What do you think the fucking... It was quite confusing, though. Do you think they're just building up to this Australia Super Showdown match? Because it was very strange. Almost like at one point it felt to me that Sean might have got off track, and then when Taker was like trying to feed him a line, he was like, "It's about respect." You were saying, that's what I felt.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's about respect.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because he's like one more match. He kept going on about everywhere he goes, everyone's saying about him, but then he's like, "You were saying it's about respect."
I love how over the top they are, and yet it's still somehow so believable. You have Sean, it doesn't sound like the gravelly voice. It's because I respect you.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's because you fear me. Put him down.
This is back and forth. It was weird. It was like 2018 and it's Shawn Michaels and it's The Undertaker. I couldn't be any happier, but at the same time, fuck me. Like you say.
What's the payoff? That's what you're asking, though, is what's the payoff? And I still feel as though Sean's going to stay retired, because if he comes back, he's, I believe, 52 years old. He's not going to be the Shawn Michaels of old that we saw. We know that. If he could go against anybody, I mean, The Undertaker makes sense. Or, of course, AJ, just a couple Royal Rumbles ago was calling him out. But the problem with that match, and it was funny, a lot of people were saying those two are made for each other. I disagree. They're too much alike.
Yeah,
I think that actually would have been an issue and a hindrance on the actual overall performance of the match. I feel like he would do better against a big guy.
I think you're 100% correct, but Nat Maskio has a problem in general with the amount of fucking airtime and promotion the Super Showdown match between Triple H. What's going on? Why do we have endless vignettes and promos? What the fuck? We can't go. We can't go. I want to go, but I can't afford to go because it's in fucking Australia.
When are we going to meet up for a show, by the way? I've been to many live shows. You and I have to meet up. I think it would be probably the most entertaining evening. Of course, Nat Maskio has to be there, too. I'll bring the missus.
Well,
that'll be a fun evening.
Oh, yeah, man. Well, we're thinking SummerSlam is probably a goer in Toronto next year.
I'm going to be there for sure.
Well, there we go. I think we'll probably end up going to that. We shall see. That's my goal. I would love to go to Toronto. I've always wanted to go to Canada, and Toronto especially, because I'm going to get a tattoo on my finger for the airport code YYZ for Rush.
Rush. I was going to say you're a Rush guy. I know.
Yeah, I've got 3 Rush tattoos here, so I'm going to get one. In Toronto. Amazing. That'd be good to get it in Toronto at SummerSlam. That'd be even fucking better. All right, how about this? Sorry,
I'll be able to show you around too. You know, I'm a big foodie, so we'll wine and dine like kings and queens.
Yes, please. Yeah, fucking, and I'll drink like fucking Ric Flair. Kevin Owens back after 1 week.
Oh man, I would have liked that to be a little bit more prolonged.
Right?
It was rushed.
Do you think they just changed their mind at the last minute? He was even on the fucking alumni page for 6 days.
He's on there with Neville.
Yeah, fuck. What the fuck?
I don't know. Like, keep him away, I would say, for at least a month. And then I don't know how I would even bring him back at that point. I would definitely inject him into a meaningful feud and not Bobby Lashley. No disrespect to him, but nobody cares.
What are you talking about? He's Bobby Lashley.
My man.
Move it on. No, what was that? My man. What is this?
Rick and Morty, he's a fan.
What the fuck? All right, how about, before we move away from Raw, how about my favourite part? I said to Natalie, we're watching it, and we're going, right, obviously, right, Balor's getting fucked up. Braun Strowman's a heel for some fucking stupid reason, but let's not go there. Obviously, I'm like, right, we want the sirens. I want sirens. I want a fucking old Stone Cold style, because like, you could see they were trying to get some attitude about their Attitude Era stuff. When Roman Reigns was backing up that police van like a pensioner trying to park at fucking Walmart or Asda or whatever the fuck. Fucking hell. It's like the slowest thing ever. And then they just opened the door uneventfully instead of kicking the fucking thing off its hinges. It was just the most like anticlimactic entrance I've ever seen.
Well, two things to note. First of all,
Keep your hands on 10 and 2. As we back up here. Back up. And it's still my yard, by the way.
And then they've basically watered down Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, who I may add were two of the most over baby faces in the entire company.
Yeah. It's bizarre that they're... I mean, I'm not a smark, right? But I'm a casual smark. So I'm somewhere in between a casual fan and a smark. But... you have to, part of you does die inside slightly when they're killing Seth Rollins' momentum as one of the best fucking wrestlers on the planet. And he had so much of the crowd behind him, and he still does. And the whole Dean thing. I love Dean Ambrose, but he hasn't said much since he's came back.
I know. It's funny you say that casual. I don't even know where I fall into. I'm basically dead inside. I've been watching professional wrestling since I literally learned to walk. No, I'm not joking. I took my first steps in the world to Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? My dad tells this famous story. I just got up, started walking, says I leg dropped a teddy bear. I think he was, making that one up a little bit. But at the same time, I've lived through some pretty awful years and also some of the best years in professional wrestling. This one is just a confusing era to me. I don't know what it wants to be.
It's very weird because it's like the best year that I can ever remember for pro wrestling as a whole in the industry, obviously. With All In, you're fucking, even NXT, there's so much happening. Even over here, even there's World of Sport, it's called. It's back on TV. That was like a staple in British homes on a Saturday evening.
It was, yeah. Even I remember that. I used to have some friends over there that would tell me about that all the time.
Yeah,
it's the best time. It's the most prosperous time for independent wrestling, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, it's bizarre. It's going to get even more interesting as we go along towards this Madison Square Garden thing.
I hope that all those independent wrestling promotions just become viable alternatives to the WWE because it's going to challenge them. Yeah. It's going to lead the wrestlers to perform at a higher level because they're going to realize they can turn off the television or, stop watching the WWE network and go somewhere else.
Yeah. Competition, damn it. Yeah, you definitely need some competition to shake things up a little bit. I think also Vince McMahon needs to stop. That's it. That's all I've got. Next up, the crowd was was it in Ohio or somewhere? The crowd
Columbus.
It was so bizarre. Like the crowd was so dead for that last segment, where it's on paper you think this looks amazing, and then the crowd killed that whole thing for me. There were just people leaving, confused. It was like if you watch it back, it's just a dead ass crowd. It was so bizarre. Like literally the Shield getting beat down with all Braun Strowman, the King, fucking all these heels. It was so bizarre.
It's because they live in Ohio.
Yeah, but there was no
lives.
But there was no like boo or fucking it was just this general fucking.
Yeah, you were waiting for the burn it down or something.
Please ignite it up.
Fucking hell! It was Raw was interesting. Let's just leave it to fucking there. I can't wait to see where they go. Honestly, I cannot wait to see what's the direction they're going with the Shield right now. Are they going towards a Hell in a Cell deal with Braun and Drew and fucking Ziggler?
I would have much rather seen the Wyatt family reunite. Everybody would have rather seen that than seeing Drew and Dolph join forces with Braun Strowman, which just seemingly doesn't make sense. They're just extending the feud, obviously, but nobody sees the chemistry there.
Well, exactly, but tell you who does have chemistry is Drew McIntyre and his fucking hair. Drew McIntyre whipping his hair back and forth is the most entertaining thing on Raw. Everything he does, if you just watch Drew, and obviously he's Scottish, so I'm slightly biased, but he's a fucking entertaining guy just to watch move around the ring. Even if he's not in the match, he's fucking up and he's looking around, whipping his hair back and forth.
Let me tell you a really funny Drew story from my radio broadcasting days. This is awesome. I interviewed him. It was just for some shows in and around the area. So we were doing the interview and he fucked up midway through. And he said, I gotta stop. And then a WWE representative jumped onto the line and said, I don't want you airing any of what we just talked about. We're going to restart the interview and move on from here.
What the fuck happened?
Well, I aired the entire interview.
What was the interview? What was he saying? Was he just like...
what he did, he was just talking, and actually what was really cool is he was telling me he was a big Bret Hart fan, and I think I am a massive Bret Hart fan, and I think he's one of the greatest, actually the best storyteller, and I say storyteller of all time. So those who say best wrestler, I disagree. Best storyteller, I'd still say best wrestler would be guys more like Shawn Michaels, Kurt Angle. Yeah. So anyway, he just said something along the lines of, I fucked up. And that's where they jumped in and was like, no, you can't say that, Drew. So they freaked out, and it was a surreal moment.
That's nuts. That's actually crazy. I thought he was maybe...
He's a great guy, though, by the way.
Yeah, I've met him before. He's very... I think he... Drew, I love you, but I think he tends to take himself a bit too seriously. That's all I'm going to say. Whereas if I'm in a bar and I'm doing shots with... I've got fucking EC3... I've got Moose over one shoulder. I've got EC3 next to me. I bought EC3 3 shots of Jack Daniels because he's 3, and he fucking hammered them down one after the other. And then I've got Moose. I'm like, Moose, you want some? I'm like, what? He's like, what is this? And I'm like, Jack Daniels. And he's like, oh fuck, downs it. And then Drew's outside, and he's like, we just wanted a picture. We spoke to him for a bit, and I've told this story before, but he goes, he's looking around. We're outside the bar. We're not even in the bar. Bearing in mind, I've just fucking recorded me drinking with EC3 and Moose. Right, we were in big spots in TNA at the time. Recording it, it's all on film. Bang, bang, bang. EC3 comes out with some biblical fucking revelations shit. It's the coolest thing ever. Before he takes the shot, what is it? The fucking, I don't know, horses or some shit. Downs the thing. Outside, Drew's like, we'll move over here a bit. And I'm like, what's going on? And he's like, yeah, he's talking about TNA. He's like, they're very particular about me drinking in bars or if I'm around. And I'm like, what? I just fucking did shots with fucking EC3. And he's like, no, make sure there's no bars around, I'm like, what the fuck? Snap, picture in the corner. But I love them. I like
they are sensitive about that, though. So in Toronto, I stayed at the Westin, and all the wrestlers stayed at the Westin. They typically do stay there. If you're there, the proper etiquette, in my humble opinion, is don't bug them. Leave them alone. Oh, yeah. You can sit and hang out with them. If they seem approachable, approach them. Otherwise, fuck off, have a beer, and just relax. And anyway, it was the 205 Live crew. And again, you know me, I've met a lot of different celebrities in my life. I've interviewed a bunch, and I've always said just play it cool. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, I hate to crush people's egos. But they don't care about you. They really don't. They're going to talk to you. They're going to forget about you 10 seconds later because they have more important things to do in their life, right? So anyway, it was a bunch of them. I think it was... Tony Nese, Brian Kendrick, and they were drinking a Guinness. Mm-hmm. But when fans came over, they had to put it to the side to make sure they weren't having photos with alcohol.
That's crazy. That's actually insane. Yeah, like I said, EC3. That's why I fucking love EC3. Just hammering them back. Sure. And he had a match 2 weeks later for the championship or some shit with Drew. Or maybe a number 1 contender. I don't fucking know. Anyway, let's remember wrestling. SmackDown happened. I have to say off the bat, I was very, 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 very fucking disappointed that Samoa Joe was not at some barbecue ripping shit up. That's what was going to happen. He said, Wendy! And why did that not happen?
I don't know. I wish he was. It'd be a great way to kick off the show. Yeah. Man, he is the most believable character in the WWE right now. Yeah. He speaks with utter conviction. Yeah. And if I ever saw him on the same sidewalk as me, even if there was traffic, I'd fucking cross the street so quickly because he would rip my head off, or he'd, very playfully choke me out. Remember that promo he cut on Paul Heyman? He's like, I'm gonna wrap my arms around your neck, and then you're gonna lose oxygen. It's like, oh man, this guy sounded like a serial killer. I loved it.
Oh, Chrissy! Yeah, he has this stuff that nightmares are made of. I really do love Samoa Joe, but I'm disappointed that he wasn't going to the barbecue like he said he would. What about Becky Lynch? I'm in love.
She's great.
Oh man,
she's great. Yeah, the comparison that I make is and not that a lot of people were watching WCW in 1999, but they tried to turn Sting heel. Mm-hmm. So Hulk Hogan went back to the red and yellow, and then it was, I think, Lex Luger that handed a baseball bat to Sting, and he cracked him over the back, and the crowd was supposed to boo him, but nobody boos Sting. He's the most over babyface perhaps in wrestling history.
Yeah, he's like Roman Reigns.
So nobody booed him. I compare it the exact same way to Becky Lynch. She just is going to be that eternal babyface. You can't boo her. She's the people's uncrowned champion, basically.
And the new look, obviously, a man that just constantly wears black V-necks and jeans, all black for me. Heal the world is our slogan, because infinitely everyone is almost always better as a heel, in my opinion. So that's why I say heal the world.
It's easier. You can say anything you want and you can lose and still get away with it. But you make those promises as a babyface and you lose all credibility.
Becky's absolutely phenomenal right now. And so is Charlotte. Both of them are tremendous. What was it? It was just a sit-down interview thing, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, it was pretty solid. I mean, Charlotte's good when she gets pushed to her limits and she gets angry. I like it when she's fired up, angry. And I think we are going to see a bit of a turn where Becky's almost that necessary tweener. And then we're going to see Charlotte more so as the arrogant, I'm holier than thou, champion on SmackDown.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Definitely. I think SmackDown was the better show this week.
I think it's consistently the better show. I still think NXT is the best show of every week, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yes. Although no one watches it though. You think 205 Live has no viewers. No one watches NXT, which is a shame, because I think a lot of people that love NXT think that people watch it, but they fucking don't. I know a lot of people that watch wrestling, and we said, I'll tell you right now actually, but this refers earlier. We came in. We are just back from. We went to see Pat Patterson tonight.
Oh, that's amazing.
He was in Glasgow doing a sit down interview thing, and I got him.
The crowd go banana.
They went banana. I got him to sign. I think he was quite impressed that I didn't bring him a wrestling thing. I got him to sign my Sinatra My Way CD there, right in the front. Pat Patterson.
That's classy, and what I love about that is that shows continuity, because he's always spoken about that, and even on Legends House,
man,
for reference there too. Is that where you got it from?
Yeah, well, I know that he sang it at Vince's wedding as well, and it's his favourite song, so I knew that much. And actually, this version of the CD came out in like '97, I think, and I think that's when the Stooges kind of came in. It's a stretch, okay?
It'd be really funny if you just brought over like a Jamiroquai album and said, "Can you sign this?"
I'm going deeper underground. Yeah. Well, so we watched the show. It was the best thing I've ever seen in my life live. And I've seen Eric Bischoff and all these guys, and Pritchard and all that. Pat Patterson took out his dick and did not literally do that like Jim Cornette did that time, but he did not. He figuratively took out his dick and pissed on everyone, because he sat there the whole time getting asked wrestling questions, and he was just like, who cares? It's the best thing ever. And he's just like, I'm a mark. It's like, we're all just marks. And that's like, I've been saying for ages, we're all marks and everything's a work. And to hear him, the great Pat Patterson, say this stuff in front of me, I was just like, oh, Pat, I love you even more. But Kenny McIntosh, who's the guy that does Inside the Ropes, he goes, asks them, he's like, so, you know, what do you think of NXT? And he just looked up and went, who? We were in fucking, it was so funny. Who?
That's amazing.
And he did
I was going to say that I heard some rumblings. I won't tell you who, or I could get in a lot of trouble, but there was going to be a con around the area. Like, so of course you have those local city, like Comic-Cons and things of that nature. Yeah. There was going to be one, and apparently they were pretty big fans of my show, and they know I come from a professional broadcasting background, and I heard rumblings that they might try and bring Steve Austin in, and I was going to interview him. I nearly shit my pants. If I was going to interview Steve Austin, I'm pretty calm, cool, and collected, as you know. Man, I would be a nervous wreck. I mean, the great Stone Cold. Can you imagine asking him questions? Holy shit.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, man.
Well, I'll tell you something, Chris. What?
Fucking love Austin. I was at his.
Me too.
We were at his first ever live podcast with Mick Foley, and that was at WrestleMania 32 at Access. That was fun.
Yes,
I remember
that. He brought Noel out as well too, right?
I can't remember. I was very drunk. I'll need to watch the fucker again. But the fucking. What about back to what we're talking about NXT? Yeah, NXT is the best show. Obviously, the takeovers are phenomenal.
Who's your favorite guy in NXT?
Well, it was. Who were you going to say?
I was just going to say. Are
you still there? Hello? Oh shit! I think I've lost you. Hello. You froze. I cannot hear. Oh, you there?
Oh yeah, we're back.
We're back. What happened?
Connection lost.
That's fine. I'll cut that from the audio segment. But the patrons get to watch you freezing like this, and then me going, "Oh fuck, where is he?" What were we saying? NXT. My favorite.
Yeah. So who's your favorite?
It's tough, man. Because I
have a couple. I can let you know.
My favorite was Almas. Almas is my favorite wrestler right now. Really? Still to this day. Because we watched the takeover in Philly in the start of the year. It was Ciampa. Gargano versus him. It was that's the best match I've ever seen live. I mean, I absolutely love fucking Ciampa. Aleister Black. Who else? Who you got?
DREAM, the Velveteen Dream. How about him? Of course. Yeah. I'm still a big mark for the one and only Ricochet.
Yeah, Ricochet.
Love him.
Fucking hell, he's so good.
He needs to get more comfortable on the microphone and grow his character, but he's got the it factor. And of course, there's Adam Cole and so many other individuals that are. I know you love Adam Cole too.
Adam Cole, baby! Man, I fucking love Adam Cole. He's a star.
He is so natural on the microphone too.
I think there's the amount of talent that there is ridiculous. Obviously, we're big Mustache Mountain fans, Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne, and all that, and Trent Seven. I fucking love Trent Seven. He's
great. He has such precise psychology.
Yeah,
like that match where he was selling that knee injury.
Yeah, that
was like a master class in selling.
It was so good. Yeah, that was so fucking good. NXT is absolutely phenomenal. But
I'm actually going to a live taping of NXT. So I'm taking the missus. We've been married 5 years this year. It just passed in August. So we're going to NXT in Orlando for live tapings for the next 3. I think it's going to be 3 weeks of tapings. Amazing.
I was going to bring that up with you because I heard on your show, Ask the Top, episode 50, I believe you mentioned it. You were going to NXT Full Sail, and I felt listen, I have a problem with that fucking crowd. Just if you're going to that show, just make sure you wear a Bullet Club t-shirt, like you'll be fine. But you should go wear a John Cena thing or like a Roman Reigns. Yeah, that'd be great. Wear a Roman Reigns t-shirt at the front row NXT.
I'll wear a John Jones shirt and just see how people react.
John Jones.
How about
that? NXT crowd. I like. It'd be fun because they go so often. That Full Sail, they're so smarky. They're so fucking smarky. But you'll have fun. That'll be a fun time for you. I'm jealous, actually. I would like to go.
It will be. And I've been to some good NXT live shows, and I will mentioned the same thing, is that they make it too much about themselves. There's some very good, passionate fans. They're amazing to be around, but so much of it is saying, look at us.
Yeah.
Look at the chance that we have. We're singing along to Nakamura's theme song. It's like, fuck off and let them wrestle.
And you're speaking to the guy right now that literally goes to these things and thumbs himself going, I'm a fucking But
the AJ Styles one was the reaction that put you on the map, right?
Yeah, but I molested a man behind me. A strange person behind me. I grabbed his breast. I was like, what? AJ Styles? That's fucking hell. I don't... Zach, his name is. He found us. He got in touch with us. Katie, shout out to Katie and Zach, who were behind us at the 2016 Royal Rumble.
Ended up suing you.
Yes. Yeah, it was fun, man. That was a good time. I like to have a good time, but when the crowd get out of hand, then I have a problem. I'm always like that guy WrestleMania 32. There's a guy right at the end, Roman Reigns and Triple H, and obviously I've been having fun booing the fuck out of Roman and stuff, and then it's all in good fun. And then this guy he's fourth row, I think, starts standing up and just screaming like at Triple H, like, and Roman, like, just, this is why this fucking company fucking sucks. You fucking got these guys. Like, it's total smark, standing up. He's paid thousands of fucking dollars, you know what I mean, to sit there and just moan. He's like, this company will be bankrupt in 5 years if you don't book differently. Like, dude, come on. It's just a fucking show. Relax.
And you know what I love about the Smarks is they'll fork out the money again.
Yeah. Yes.
He's not going to stop doing it.
I know, exactly. That's why I'm a casual Smark.
Yeah.
What else? Asuka on SmackDown. What the fuck? What's going on? What's happening?
I don't know.
Naomi?
It's sad because ever since she's lost, I mean, she lost a lot of that aura around her, and it's just simply based on the fact that now she was previously invincible. All of a sudden, we've seen kind of like the chinks in the armor, but they haven't booked her properly. Like, why should we even care? So yes, they're putting her back, and she'll, crush through the Iconics, which, by the way, she did in NXT. So it's just a rehash, obviously. But if you really want to book her well, I would probably move her to Raw, make her a viable contender against Ronda Rousey. How about that?
Well, I think that's what everyone wants. That's got eyes and a brain.
Well, let's be honest. Like, you look at Ronda Rousey as champion, and I'll tell you one reason why I hate it. There's nobody on Raw that can believably defeat her for the championship other than Natalya, and even then she just tapped out to a really shitty armbar from Alexa Bliss.
I don't get I love Alexa, but I can't. But because we are MMA fans, it's very tough to suspend your disbelief when you see Ronda. Whereas if you've got Brock in there going up against big guys, you can kind of, he's fucking great. And I love it. I'm a big Brock fan. I've never denied it. He should be number one on the PW fucking I list of 500, whatever the fuck it is. But he's only number 4. But
here's the thing: he's never going to rank in the top 50 or top 100 best wrestlers of all time.
Well, he is for me.
But he should be like top 3 best businessmen in the history of professional wrestling, without a doubt.
And MMA.
And and I was going to say, and that's the nature of the business, right? Like, as Stone Cold, as Hulk Hogan, as The Rock, as Randy Savage, if he were still alive, the people that made the money, what did they care about more, the championships or the money? And ultimately, they cared more about the dollars and the cents. So that's actually kind of what separated them from, say, Bret Hart, who cared more about the championships than the W's, right? He'd say, well, I want to win. Because his mentality was, if I keep losing, I'm going to fall out of the main event spot and I'm going to lose money, which at the same time was still smart from a business standpoint. But Brock is such a good business guy because he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
And you need that in professional wrestling. I'll lose every single week as long as you pay me.
Man, Pat Patterson talked about it as well. He's like, these guys, he was talking about Macho Man and Brett, and he's like, they're just fucking crybabies. He's like, I don't want to lose. And he's like, what are you talking about? He's like, fucking, it's like, well, go home then. It's a wrestling show. You're going to lose. He was like, he basically summed up his whole career as dealing with large crybabies. That's what wrestlers are. But he's like, but I'm just like you. I'm a mark. Oh, he's fucking tremendous.
It's funny though, because I know he loves Brett,
Oh,
And
yeah.
He had a pretty turbulent relationship with Macho Man, though, because I don't think Randy trusted him.
I've never heard one single person ever, and I'm a big fan of every fucking shoot interview podcast there is. I've never heard anyone say Macho Man was not an insane psychopath that, was so paranoid 24/7, including tonight. That's what Pap. He was just like, he was fucking crazy. And also, he was saying about Bret Hart.
In the background, by the way, is Macho Man Randy Savage, which is love him.
Yeah, I've got a Macho Man thing here somewhere, I think. No, that's just what I call my cock, Macho Man. Anyway, let's move on. I've already said about Almas. I fucking love him. They should never let him speak, obviously.
No, he's horrible. He's one of the best in the business, but when he speaks,
well, he doesn't
all of that credibility just goes.
Yeah, but then there's the whole language barrier thing. It's like the same with fucking Asuka. It's like, why are you putting a microphone? Just let them go in and do their thing. Not everyone.
I agree.
Not everyone has to be on a mic all the fucking time.
Should have been the same thing with Goldberg. When they tried to have him cut promos, it's like, please, for the love of God, do not hand him a microphone. I just want to see him spear a motherfucker and hit a jackhammer, and that's it.
Yeah, exactly. So SmackDown was a better show this week. I have not watched NXT yet. Was that any good?
It was solid, yeah. You had Johnny Gargano versus the Velveteen Dream.
Sweet.
Great match.
Really?
Can I spoil it for you?
No, but you can... No, don't spoil it for me. I was thinking
so badly.
I was thinking about it then, but no, because we'll watch it at the weekend. We do it.
Okay.
We do reactions for... This is fucking... So we do Raw. We do Raw, which is a fucking chore sometimes. So I'm sitting with the camera. We do full reactions for the whole show. We do SmackDown and NXT as well, but those are for the patrons. So we're watching a lot of shit, and then we're doing All In. What did we watch? Fucking Slammiversary. How come that was so good? How?
Because they actually don't take the product... Like, they take it more seriously now, but at the same time, they don't believe that they're bigger than they actually are. Really, Impact is treating themselves as an independent wrestling show all over again, like grassroots. They have some great booking. Don Callis, my God, that man.
He's a genius.
Has transformed that place.
Yeah. Don Callis is a fucking... he's an absolute character as well. He's so good in New Japan.
And by the way, stole the show as a commentator at All In, because he does not take away from the action, but he's just so damn stellar and on point.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I fucking love him. I think Don Callis is definitely... I don't know, do you think he would do well in the WWE, or just keep him away?
Keep him away.
Yeah.
He's not meant to be there. When he was there, he bombed, right? Because he was with the oddities.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fucking garbage. Yeah, but did he not leave the business for like 15 fucking years?
He left for a long while. I don't know what he was doing, to be completely honest.
I think he was running a fucking bar or a restaurant or some shit.
Maybe. And then it was Jericho that got him the gig, I think.
Y2G. The Jericho is the man. I'm hoping to go on this Chris Jericho cruise.
Oh, you're hoping to?
Yeah, if I'm going, I'm going to be purchasing it in the next few weeks, hopefully, because there's only 100 cabins left. But I said to Pat Patterson tonight, because Pat Patterson's on the fucking thing, and he's hosting 5 nights of karaoke. So I was like, Pat!
Oh, Jesus.
Please confirm that you're doing this. And he said, yes, I'm going to be doing that. And I was like, right, that's made my fucking mind up. Fuck the Bullet Club, fuck Alpha Club, fuck Jericho, Pat Patterson, karaoke, whiskey, vodka, camera. That's it. I'm just going to go
whiskey,
myself.
vodka, Wonderwall. That's all you. That's all you need from him.
Fucking hell. So the signature spot. When can we expect this new pod?
I'm hoping probably by the end of September or early October. I'm going to wrap up Ask the Top. And for those that are wondering, can I still ask questions? Of course you can. I'll probably still address them on the show. But the thing about Ask the Top that gets, I'm not going to say exhausting, is the fact that you are dependent on questions. And I will admit we get a lot of questions on the show, which is fantastic. But I wanted to take it in a new direction that focuses more on topics and conversations such as this. Right? And I think that's what people want to see. And that's something that I have been missing, because I've been on solo shows, UFC related, WWE related for a while. I need a change of pace.
Yeah, man. Excuse me, I'm choked with a cold. My throat's fucked. Yeah, agreed. I'm looking forward to it. It should be fun. I like the name. That's a great name, the Signature Spot.
Yeah, thank you. It was weird. We all have those epiphanies or those creative moments, and you would know this being a musician and having, recorded a lot of podcasts and whatnot. I'm saying musician, damn it. You don't have to put the air quotes up for me. But you have those moments of creativity, and to be honest, I work in marketing. I come from the world of media and broadcasting in some different areas where I've had to put on my creative hat quite often.
Yeah.
And there are those times where it just comes to you and you think, that's it. And that was one where I thought, what are all the names? Like the A Show, there's just a whole bunch of shitty ones I thought about, right?
That's quite good, actually.
The Signature Spot was the one that I thought was just perfect. And one of the most important things out there, if you're looking for those names, is something, catchy that ties into the actual show and what it's about, but also most importantly, nobody else fucking has it. That's important too.
Yeah, I love that. I could not believe over decade how long YouTube's been going and stuff. I could not believe no one had the reaction room before. Like, what? It's a fucking no-brainer. The reaction room. What the fuck? Obviously, we do a lot of stuff on YouTube, going to events, filming reactions, and our podcast is just an offshoot of that. So I love the podcast. It's like going to be my new favourite fun thing to do because it's good to meet people, speak to different people. We're going to get some patrons on here as well. We'll get you back on.
Of course.
But we've got our name really just says it all. Rasslin Podcast. That's how creative we were. We couldn't come up with something as clever as the fucking Signature Spot. There's just Rasslin Podcast.
When I was rolling and I was a couple pints in, I should have came up with one for you. I would have said, "That's it, damn it, use it, trademark it, go,
go."
Yeah.
Let me down some of this monster ripper. I'm going to be awake for days now.
Jesus. I will tell you one thing, and I'm sure the listeners will appreciate this. This was probably the lowest point of my life when it came to caffeine addiction. I still drink a lot of caffeine, by the way. I had a 5-hour energy drink, and I poured it into a venti Starbucks coffee. The amount of caffeine in that should have made my heart explode. I survived. I'm living to tell about it. And don't ever go down that path, please. Both of my eyes were twitching. It was a mess.
I've been in that position before, I think. Wasn't coffee, though. So, yeah, SummerSlam Toronto is going to be exciting, I think. If you're definitely going to go, you're going to do the whole thing. How far away from you? How far away are you from Toronto?
2.5 hours.
That's good, man.
So I'll definitely I'll go for NXT for sure.
Yeah.
I'll go for SummerSlam for sure. So you'll have me for the entire weekend as well.
Sexy.
Here's your main attraction.
Yes. Right, what we're going to do, we're going to finish the podcast with a segment that we're going to finish it every week with. That doesn't make any English, but that doesn't make any English. I'm so fucking ill right now. It's a segment called The YouTubes, and what we do is we just go on our YouTube over the last week or the last few months or whatever, look at some comments and read them out. So what I'll do is I'll actually send you, if you get your Twitter, have you got your Twitter available?
I got it open.
Okay, yeah. I'll read the first one here, and just big shout out to the Revengers who assembled last week. There was a troll that was just said to, what was it? It was just simply, to Natalie, it was just like, oh, you should work out or something. Like, who goes on fucking videos and does that? So all our patrons found out about it and they revenged. They assembled, the Revengers assembled, and they took care of business. So thank you if you were part of that.
Good.
When, you've got to fight fire with fire. You fight a troll, you've got to troll the fuck out of them. So he got it quite bad. Right.
Pay the troll toll.
You gotta pay the troll toll. That was back last night. I have not watched it yet. Have you seen it?
I haven't. I'm a big fan. I don't know if you know that. In fact, I actually contemplated dressing up as the Dayman for Halloween.
Oh, fighter of the night, man. Oh, yeah. That's what it was. A Ronda Rousey thing when she came out dressed. Is that at SummerSlam? Yeah. We instantly sang that song as when Ronda Rousey came out with her makeup on. Thought she looked like the Night Man. But yes, you've got to pay the troll toll. So if you're listening and you're a troll, fuck you. Okay, ready. This is on a WrestleMania 34 reaction, and it just says, this is from Mirza S. It says, why would you want a part-timer to win? Like, seriously, what is wrong with these fans? Why would you want a part-timer to win? It's Brock Lesnar. Maybe it's because he's the greatest wrestler of all time. There we go, I've said it. Moving on, Mirza. Here's another one. Rob23 says, WWE is total trash. The company is sewage water now.
Tell me how you really feel.
Yeah. So why you watch? Why? I mean, you're literally watching two Scottish people reacting to WWE, and you're just saying it's total trash and the company is sewage water. So you're obviously still watching, Rob, you prick. The next one, I'll send you one in a second. The next one I've got here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 8 videos. Someone has just said, convert to Islam. The truth is in... Convert to Islam. The truth is in front of you.
You know what? The 7th time I thought, no way. The 8th time, I'm actually picking up a Quran.
Dude, the thing is, though, actually, all of them say, convert to Islam. The truth is in front of you. The last one says, please convert to Islam. The truth is in front of you. Don't you just hate it when someone assumes your fucking, religious beliefs?
I was gonna say, here's my religious beliefs. The big George Carlin photo.
Yeah,
that's my religious belief there.
I'm all over that. Yeah, all hail Carlin. Yeah, thank you. Right, one more, and then I'm gonna send something. Let me have a look. What does this say? This one says, this is from Godzilla 0518. I don't think Braun turned heel. I think it was payback from last week when the Shield triple power bombed him through a table. I think he clearly turned heel.
No, he turned heel. He had the cliche-ridden, stereotypical, screw you people promo, which is what the writers always go back to by default when it comes to a heel promo. You were never with me. I don't respect you. I don't need you. Don't pander to me.
That's such a fucking terrible, terrible way to get that heat, especially for someone like Braun. Did you get? I've sent you a message.
Yeah, I did.
Okay,
from Demon Candy Pie.
Yes, this is from Demon Candy
Pie. It says, wow, I'm completely irritated because all I see is your face and not the video reaction or the whole video.
Well, fuck you then, Demon Candy Pie. I'm irritated at your stupid username, you prick. Yeah, I mean, it's literally, we're called the reaction room. We're literally just going to, react. And also, it's illegal to point the camera and show you WWE content. Okay.
Exactly, we can't do that. You're gonna get us sued, boy.
You're gonna get me fucking sued, you bastard. Right, there's another one for you. I'll do the next one, and you can read that one I just sent you. All right, this next one says, some Stinger Splash. It says, yes, it's been too fucking long since I last heard Patreon. Which, if you're a patron that can watch these videos, you will understand. That's just a little inside joke. Thanks, Stinger Splash. I always say Patreon in the style of Sega. Right, what you got? Top black.
Angela Dracopoulos.
Nice
if
name.
I butchered that, that's okay. You boo Roman, but you have his tattoo on your arm. You both love the fact that the Shield is back. I bet you don't even know why you boo him. Half of the crowd doesn't know we love him and the Shield in Australia. Okay.
Thank you, Angela, for the information. The whole of Australia loves him. And yeah, fuck you. I have a tattoo. I do have a tattoo. Unfortunately, it's a Roman Reigns tattoo that will be on my flesh for the rest of my life. There it is there. It's beautiful.
So for those who don't know why,
yes,
can you summarize exactly why you got that tattoo?
Well, I'm a big Roman Reigns fan. That's it, really. I just decided to go and get a tattoo. Basically, I was the only man on the fucking planet Earth that thought my man here, this guy, for anyone that can see, you know what I'm pointing at, the Undertaker tattoo. I was the only guy on planet Earth that thought the Undertaker was going to beat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, and we had a bet on, and I'm a man of my word. So he lost. I had to get this fucking tattoo on my flesh. Yes, and some people say I'm crazy. No.
Perhaps we do a bet.
Wait. This is going to get serious if we're doing it right now. You have a think, son, before you say anything. What's the bet?
Let me think on this one.
Right,
Let me sleep on it.
Yeah, get back to me on that one. Think carefully.
And you'll never hear from me again.
Right, I've got another one. It says, why boo for Brie? Why boo for Brie, asks Angshu. Because she's shit. I don't know. I actually really quite like Brie. And
my wife teases me because she thinks I have a crush on Brie. I do think that she's pretty beautiful.
Oh God, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but she just can't wrestle that well. Here's the thing, though. I don't necessarily know if she's as bad as people think she is. She's just not great. She's middle of the road. She's not Asuka. She's not even Ronda. She's not Charlotte. Don't put her up there. But when it comes to, like, you know, Kelly, she's still way better than her. And I would still say better than Dana Brooke.
Well, yeah, absolutely. But the thing is, I don't mind Brie. It's just, I don't think, I almost feel like the industry's almost past the Bellas.
Yes.
Because
actually, you know the one who I can't stand is Nikki. Because I know that this is a bit of a work as well, too, but she basically thinks that she is the second coming of John Cena. I'm so busy. I'm such an entrepreneur. I'm all these things. That's fantastic. That's great. But John Cena transcended the industry. And you know what? They're making a great living with Birdie B and all their other ventures and the Bella Wine and all of that. So focus on that. But I think it's this ego that brings them back to say, I crave it, I miss it, I need it. But you're right, it has passed them by. And look no further than Sasha and Becky and Charlotte and Bayley and basically the full gamut of women on the main roster, Alexa and so many others that could just wrestle circles around them, and they're better characters and they're more natural on the microphone.
Well, I think the Bellas would... You know, this is why this person asked them, why boo for Brie? Because she's a fucking, in my eyes, they're natural heels. Have them work the whole gimmick of, we're fucking better than everyone, we're the Bellas, we were here before everyone, or whatever. Like, they should just work it, because definite, their characters are much better when they're heels.
Yes. I still don't know how, after, 10 years, they can't cut a promo that does not sound scripted. Well, it makes no sense. And they're supposed actors as well.
That's very true. Supposed is the key word there, my friend. And I'm not shitting on the Bellas. Nikki, if you're listening to this, if you are single, then give me a call and I'll get rid of my bitch instantly and we'll go out on a date somewhere. I've sent you another one there, Mr. Toplak. There's three from the same person you can see there. And just to be fair, in case you're worried about reading this out, just Nat Maschio, I read these out last week, okay? But I want you to read them out in your voice, and the only way that you can. It will sound more... I think these three comments will sound, more gentlemanly, more fucking articulate, and more friendly coming out of your mouth, quite frankly. So go for it.
I'm not reading the name, because that could be misconstrued with something else, so I'm not reading the name.
We'll get back to the name after you read the comments. Go for it.
Sure. Suck my penis.
Wait a minute. I asked you to read the comments, please, Chris. Let's save that part for after the show. Okay, continue. So the first one was...
Suck my penis. Second one was fucking shit face that girl.
Fucking shit face that girl.
I would have preferred that with a comma in there. Fucking shitface, that girl. And the final one, the creme de la creme, the finale, the conclusion, that girl looks like a whore.
And yes, she does. But I read them out last week. But so the name thing, yes, I was reading it as Asian Naga, but yeah, it's probably Asian Naga. But if you listen to the show last week, Nat Maschio, there was a point where we were talking about it, and what was it? We were talking about, she was like getting upset, and she's like, oh, that's just my opinion, Asian. Like, and it sounded so racist just when she said it. Anyway, continue. Next one. SummerSlam was good. SummerSlam plus your reaction equals take my fucking money. Finland loves you. Oh, thank you. See, we get good ones from time to time. Thank you very much.
See if you can get an e-transfer from this person. This is the perfect opportunity to capitalize on this.
Yes, Finland, please give us a transfer immediately. What's next? I really hate... Maybe I should get you to read that one. There's two more. I'll get you to read these. Give me a sec. Jesus. No, they're fine. These other ones are fine. Actually, I'll read this one here. This one just says, I really hate people who say boo to Roman Reigns. Whoever is a hater to Roman, you suck. And that's from Doug.
Doug.
Well, Doug. What's your opinion? Just while I frantically try and find these other comments, what's your opinion on the character of Roman Reigns and his evolution, and what you think they've been doing recently that's worked or not worked, or whatever the fuck? What's your opinion on Roman Reigns in general in 2018?
Oh man, that's a pretty loaded question. Where do we go from here? I mean, eventually it's going to get to the place, this is going to sound so smarky, that they should just full-blown turn him heel. And the reason why is I still compare him to Rocky Maivia in 1996 to 1997. I think just give him a shot being a heel, see how it goes, and all of a sudden it makes him cool, and then it's not as popular to boo him, and then they're going to cheer him, and finally you're kind of giving in and you're caving. But at the same time, it's not like they have to worry about the Make-A-Wishes and the merch that, Cena was pushing. Turning him heel was a bad idea. A lot of people would disagree, but he was like truly the face of the company. He was an ambassador. So I think you got to turn Roman heel at some point, because he's just so like, it's not necessarily they shove down people's throats. I think he's a pretty solid performer. I think it's just the fact that he's oversaturated and it's so well known that he is the guy. Why not either put him back to that mid-card feud, take a step back, or just full-blown turn him heel, have him turn on Dean Ambrose or Seth Rollins? I would love that. I
would love it as well. I mean, that's what I've been begging for years now. But I've got a feeling Ambrose might just be the guy that's going to turn.
Oh, but I've always said this. If he turns, he needs to embody two characters. I'll do an impersonation of one of them. I'm a fan of anarchy. I'm the Joker. See, he needs to embody the agent of chaos, the Joker, and of course the late great, somebody I was a massive fan of before
Brian
Mr. Jr. came along as Brian Pillman.
Yeah,
and you know that. I talk about Brian Pillman all the time.
He would be great, though. You're right. You've nailed the fucking thing on the head there. I might have read this one already, but I'm going to read it again. It's from Demon Eye, and it just says, watch this while doing a shit. Not that you guys asked, but just a heads up. Thank you, Demon Eye, for letting us know your bowel movements and the fact you were looking at us, looking at wrestling while you were taking a shit.
Are we talking a coil? Are we talking a brown cloud? What are we talking about? Are we talking the ghost? The infamous ghost shit.
The infamous ghost shit, yes.
It was never here.
Fucking hell. The ghost shit. That's the line of the night. I've sent you one there. If you can have a look at that.
Yeah, let's take a look at this one. So, name...
I think it's Katrina.
Katrina Colville. I don't understand Nat's love for Orton. One of the most boring wrestlers I've ever seen.
What do you think about that?
I don't think he's one of the most boring wrestlers around. He relies heavily on rest holds, but he is one of the best finishers in the business. Thank you, DDP, for that one as well. He's got a great theme music. When he is the calculated, like nonchalant, emotionless heel, he's fucking awesome. I love him like that. I mean, look what he did to Jeff Hardy's earlobe.
Oh, God, yeah. Fucking hell.
That was the Randy Orton of old. I miss that Randy Orton.
Well, he's back, motherfucker, and I'm looking forward to their Hell in a Cell match, actually. I thought that was one of the good things to come out of SmackDown this week, those two vignettes. Those promos. Yeah, Katrina.
And by the way, 2018, Jeff Hardy still more over than like 90% of the roster.
Yeah, fuck yeah, man. He's fucking awesome. Katrina, we love you, and thank you for that. But it's a shame that Masquio's not here to defend our position. We'll get our position on it next time. But she's a cow. She's meant to be fuck her. And the last one, it's not nothing. It's a simple end to the podcast, folks. Actually, sorry, I'll do one more, and I've sent you one. Ghidorah 5464 or the Lex bot. He says, yeah, Nat Mass KO. Join the ASMR club. Oh, you're into that shit as well, Lex bot. Do you know ASMR at all, Mr. Topper?
No, I don't know if I do.
You've got the voice for it. It's like the audio sensory, whatever the fuck it is. It's like people whispering and talking quietly or
Oh, so it's just kind of like that, I guess you could say that it is.
People like scratching on microphones and stuff. It's like, what the fuck is this?
Weird. I guess that's the one. There's one that I follow on Instagram. I don't know why I started following it. They put together like this weird sand and they like cut it with knives and it has that sound.
That's what it is. I bet that's this ASMR shit. I think that myself and that Maskio should do some ASMR stuff. Put it on Patreon or something. Just be like, we're now watching wrestling, and then just like start rubbing like bottles of shit. Oh yeah, like Macho Man. That's so bizarre.
Yeah, just start rubbing the glass.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hear that? I'm rubbing the rim.
Yeah, rubbing the rim. Maybe the ghost shit will make an appearance.
It's a real thing. It's an accomplishment when you have a ghost shit because you're like, nothing ever happened.
Right, the last one I've sent you. This is the last segment of the last one comment of the YouTubes. I need my fucking bed. I'm so tired right now, and I'm also really fucking ill. And I had an awesome night with Pat Patterson tonight. I can't believe that happened. See, 2 Canadian legends in one night, folks. Chris Toplak and Pat fucking Patterson.
I was gonna say you got to speak with a legend and Pat Patterson this evening.
Yeah. Go for it. I've sent you the last one.
So I don't even know how to pronounce this last name. And by the way, can I just say really quickly, when I was doing morning radio, I used to butcher people's names, and they would call up and say, "You ruined my son's birthday today." And I'm like, well, it's going nowhere but down from here. Wait, so that's all I would basically tell them.
Why was Brian Alvarez calling you? What the fuck?
Yeah, Chris. That was really a 3.5 star, not a 4.
Brian, no, that was a 5-star man. Brian. That's my Meltzer.
His is always going.
He's the most, for a guy that's like very articulate in his writing and stuff. He can't speak worth a fuck. I don't know why he's on podcasts. Quite frankly.
No, he's jumbled. He's disjointed. He just doesn't make any sense.
You're right. You're right. He's a fucking idiot. Right. Anyway, let's get on with this last comment on YouTube there.
I can't pronounce your last name. V's.
And it's on which video is it on?
Akuma Matata. I don't know.
Akuma Matata.
It means no worries. So stop swearing, bitch, which I'm sure is directed at Natmas KO.
It might be, unless it's yeah. I never thought about that. I thought it just said. Yeah, I thought it might have been just at me. Stop swearing, bitch. I see, bitch is kind of it's a cuss word, a swear word, considered almost non-PG. Well, maybe not, but you're literally saying stop swearing, bitch. And it's in the Royal Rumble, the Women's Royal Rumble. And we apologise, V. I'm sure you're listening to this podcast right now. You're obviously a big fan.
I can't wait for the reaction to Evolution. That's going to be a fun one for me to check out.
What, the women's fucking thing?
Yeah, I want to see both of you react to it. I think that, and listen, I'm not taking anything away. I'm a huge advocate for the women, and they should have had their platform like a decade ago.
Oh, God, 20 years ago.
But, well, I mean, yeah, if we're going all the way back to Alundra Blaze and Medusa, right? So we look at this now, and it sounds so great, but I think it's going to be very botchy. And I really do. I mean, did you see the Royal Rumble that they were in? That was a bit of a mess, right? It was. And fun. It's no different for some of the guys. If the guys had one from start to finish, I mean, some would say, no big deal. But that could still be odd. So I'm just intrigued to see
what's going to happen.
Female pay-per-view from top to bottom, how smooth it's going to go, especially when a lot of those workers are not exactly technically sound.
Well, you're forgetting the fact that Brie Bella will be there, so it will be.
Oh, Jesus.
It'll be phenomenal. But actually, that's happening, I believe, on the 27th of October or some shit. I think it's happening when I may be on a cruise ship with Chris Jericho and Pat Patterson, and so we'll probably watch it when we come back if that is the case. I was saying earlier, Pat Patterson, creator of the Royal Rumble concept. 30 years of it and stuff. The question was, what did you think? Obviously, this year, Pat, they had the 2 Royal Rumbles, the Women's Royal Rumble. What did you think of the Women's Royal Rumble? And he just looked and he was like, no, I never watched it.
Wow.
And the whole crowd were just like, what? and I couldn't help myself. And I was like, lucky you, Pat. Lucky you. But we were in the building for it, and as much as I like to joke about it, it was fun. It was a fun show. I had much fun at the Women's Rumble. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. And it's so good to see that Asuka, the winner, has done so well. Coming out of that Rumble win. So obviously it's a big deal winning the Rumble these days.
Well, the 2 people that deserved to win the Royal Rumbles, they won them. And that was the most important part, is that it was one of the more satisfying Rumbles in a long time. Not only because we had 2, but it was the 2 people that we really wanted to win. Now, actually, it's kind of ironic in some cases that they both went on to win. It was super satisfying, and then they both lost at WrestleMania. I
have a friend that dips in and out. Well, actually, I hadn't dipped in for a while. Big fan back in the 80s, 90s. And all they said was this.
Back in the 50s when it was true shooters.
Yeah. In the 80s, 90s, all they said was this. Vince McMahon let 2 Japanese people win the Royal Rumble? That's what he said. Because that's how fucking his idea of Vince McMahon. He's like, when I was watching it, it was just fucking, you know, any person from the Orient, like Japan or whatever. It was like Tajiri even, or, you know, these... I'm trying to think who was the big Japanese star in the 90s even?
Hakushi?
So he's just like, wait, what? He's let fucking Japanese people win? And he's not racist. He just likes Vince McMahon is.
I just think when it comes to that, he has like the humor of an 8-year-old. So I could see them bringing in a talented Japanese wrestler and him saying, make them a ninja.
You're gonna be a ninja, damn it! Get Bischoff on the phone with those ninja stars!
And you're gonna be so over. You're gonna be the best.
Fucking hell. Nakamura is one of my favourites. He's so good. And the Nakamerica gimmick.
Actually, yes, I was gonna say the Nakamerica gimmick that he has going on, even on Instagram, is fantastic. It's incredibly entertaining.
Nakamerica. That's where it's at. I'm looking forward to what he's going to do with this Nakamerica thing. It's fucking fan-dabby-dozy, as we say in Glasgow, Scotland.
Please stand for the Nakamerica national anthem.
I hate the fact they've changed his theme. I want the old fucking theme back so we can all sing along like the smarky bastards we are.
But smart, because if he was a heel, you can't have them singing along to his theme song.
Exactly. Well, they should fucking change Braun Strowman's theme song then, so we don't all go, Braun! There he is there, for anyone that can see. Look, there's Mini Braun. Beautiful. There. He's my hero. Look, slight resemblance. This beard is fucking killing me. I'm going to shave it off before I go on Jericho's cruise.
No, keep it.
I don't want to give Pat Patterson any ball rash when I'm going down on him. Anyway, let's end it there, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, we had Chris Toplack in the house. Let us know where we can get you on social media and all that jazz.
At Chris Toplack on Twitter. Toplack is my last name. Chris Toplack on YouTube. You can even search for the signature spot. That's going to be on there soon. iHeartRadio, Ask the Top is on there. Also Stitcher. It's all over the place. Spreaker. Ask the Top is my Facebook fan page. At Chris Toplack on Twitter, as I mentioned, and then Instagram if you want to follow me on there for everything that doesn't involve wrestling, like food and drinks, and you always see that on there.
Yeah, man. Thank you for being here tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure. I hope to get you back on. And if I do your new show, I will try my best not to say fuck or cunt. Deal?
We'll see it. We'll see how that goes.
We'll see how that goes. Get the edit button ready.
Yeah, you're going to make me work for it.
Yeah. Or follow me on Twitter at dead_end_. Oh! And remember one thing, we're all marks and everything's a work. Fuck off!
Fucking ridiculous.
All right, my man. We are still on an extended outro just for some patrons that can see this. So the podcast just ended. That was fun, man.
Yeah, it was a bunch of fun. So I just recorded that. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually see if it's working properly. So if it has some good audio, I send it over to you, and bada boom, bada bang,
bada boom, bada bing.
You've got some audio.
Yeah,
you've got some audio. Goodness, kid.
You got some audio, you prick. I'm so fucking under the weather. It's like sitting here and we're like, oh my god,
dude, this is looking good. Let me take a look at this. Listen to that sound. Dude,
yeah,
that's it right there.
We're good, brother. Send me that over. I'll send you. I'll give you the other email. It's, yeah, what's the fucking? I'm just gonna send you. Or you can do it. What you can do your thing. What do you call it? This is so boring. We're still on Patreon. Hi, patrons. Sorry, dead on this. I forgot about.
I didn't even know we were still on the air. By the way, too.
No, I forgot.
It would have been embarrassing if I was like, "Man, this rash on my ball sack is the worst."
Yeah, these fucking idiots that give you money every month. What are they doing? dead_end_old at hotmail.com. Try that one. That's a good place to send the files. Or just do your OneDrive gimmick. I love seeing wrestling terms, even though I'm not a wrestler. Do you ever find yourself doing that? I'm at dinner at my mother's house. You know, it's like, pass me the gimmick. She's like, what? I'm like, the fucking salt. Pass me the salt.
Oh, that's the best. Yes. I love it when people use smarky terms like that too. But you know what? Truthfully, that's like what a lot of people do in like their own industries, right? Like, I mean, I told you I work in digital media, so you hear people that will just start casually drop like ROAS in a sentence, and that means return on ad spend, and not everybody knows that. So it's like, okay, yeah, we get that you know that. Not everybody else does. You don't need to drop it. It's fine.
Yeah, ROAS. ROAS.
It's just a row of ass.
ROAS.
ROAS, line up.
What was I going to say? Yes, Patron, how long was that? Let's have a look. How long have you got? I've got, what was about 107 minutes nearly? Jesus.
Holy shit. Yeah, it was...
it's a long one.
It was up there.
Well, to be fair, I had 20 minutes of that mass KO, I think, going before you. So the original plan I had was to get you on towards the. We would go through all the Raw, SmackDown bullshit, and then get you on towards the end and do like 20 minutes or so. But then she was so tired, we're fucked with a cold. I was like, oh, fuck it, I'm sure Mr. Toplak will be fine to jump in, and we'll see how it goes. So,
told you I'd do it, man. And I'm a man of my word.
You're a man of your word. And you've got a good setup there also, which is awesome.
Well, the most important part that scares the living piss out of me, and that's why you're great to bring onto the show, not only because you're incredibly entertaining and we have a lot of respect for each other and we genuinely get along, you have a great setup. And I'm a snob when it comes to sound. Well, yeah, but you know what? It sounds pretty good.
No, I'm saying, do we respect each other? I don't know about that. Fuck you. Yeah, it sounds good.
But, yeah, I was going to say, so what do you use microphone-wise? I'm curious. For both of them.
Separate. For this one's a Rode. It's one of these.
Rode's a good brand.
Rode NT1A, which is like it's just a condenser mic.
Yeah, but it's not bad.
Yeah, essentially it's an industry standard for like almost like acoustic guitars and shit. If you want to make up an acoustic guitar, which sorry, I'm just putting this thing over here. So it's good. It picks up a lot of the room as well. So it's not really for. Well, you can use it. Well, obviously I use it for fucking everything.
Sure.
Nat Maskio has a different mic. Suits her voice better. I can't even remember what the fuck it is. It's a black thing and it's long. Just the way
I was
she
gonna
likes
say
it.
that looks like a ribbon mic, I believe it's called, right?
Yeah. It's cradle. It's in a lovely cradle. Anyway, hi patrons. Yes, it's a. They're like, shut the fuck up about my microphones and talk about wrestling. I'm actually sweating my balls off with this cold. I hope it goes away. Hope it goes away soon because we plan to watch All In either Friday night or Saturday night, I think.
I really want to know your reaction to it. I live tweeted throughout the evening about it. I thought it was fantastic. I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but I do feel that it's well worth the price of admission. And you know what I felt really good about was the fact that, it cost me like $50-something Canadian.
Yeah.
But I was so happy to support them because they earned it and they busted their asses off. And it's great to see, again, viable alternatives other than the big machine that is the WWE.
Yeah, man. It's like fucking. I was going to buy it on when it aired, and then we were like, we've not got time, we can't say it, we're fucking ill, blah blah blah. So then I looked yesterday and I was like, I'll buy it yesterday and the Fight app. But then I realised it's on fucking New Japan World.
Yeah, it is.
I subscribed to it.
You have that, right?
Yeah, which is like it's like £7 a month, so I can get All In for £7. That's weird they would even do that.
So I think I have it here. It's dead.n.old@gmail.
Yeah, that's the other one. Forget that one. Try dead_n_at hotmail.com. Pardon me. So I'm going to be up for hours because I'm going to get this uploaded, so it's good to go. I can't wait.
Well, make sure that you get this. I just want to confirm safe receipt that you actually have it.
Safe
and then
receipt.
Once you do,
oh yes,
such an industry fucking term. That's a smarky thing. I should go punch myself in the face.
It's also an industry term in the docks in Glasgow when you're trying to get a prostitute. Make sure you get a safe receipt.
Please confirm safe receipt.
Yes, that's a good Scottish accent.
Oh, that was terrible. I can do impersonations and voices. I'm Casey Kasem, as you've heard me do. That's my default one that I find hilarious because anything you say as Casey Kasem is hilarious. Like you could say something so offensive like, "There's a rapist in my neighborhood, and I'm Casey Kasem," and it just works. It just works. Like I did a YouTube video, if you saw it, and it's just like a comical thing, and he's like introducing a top 40 song. He's like, "This is the song of the week," as you sent it into the mailbox. So let me make sure.
The Casey Kasem voice would be better if you said, "There's a rapist in my neighborhood, and I'm that rapist."
Wait, actually, let me try that again. So it goes, "There's a rapist in the neighborhood, and I'm that rapist. I'm Casey Kasem."
Oh, it's fucking brilliant. Ow! I just smashed myself.
Yeah, I don't even know what I was known for. I was known for like impersonations growing up, and of course, like Troy McClure. I mean, anything as Troy McClure is always really funny too, because you can do anything. Be like, "Chris Ross, Troy McClure. You know what this is about? Well, you should know." Or Lionel Hudson, Denny alarm, Mr. Simpson.
I gave up impressions a long time ago. Oh, my fucking throat.
Yours are actually pretty good.
Broad! That's about it these days.
You are an incredibly entertaining individual. I'm not just saying that because you are a good pal. I do genuinely feel that way.
Oh, thank you. I'm just a crazy fucking idiot, to be fair. Agreed. Agreed. I'm saying agreed. I meant to say, and you too, my friend.
You son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch.
So if you check the Hotmail, it should be there. Just to make sure that you have permission to check it out.
I shall check out your Hotmail that you've just sent me.
And I was actually very impressed with the fact that the audio was pretty crisp quality when we recorded that on my end. So I have a call recorder. So the next time we do this,
sweet,
we'll just follow the exact same format, and then we'll get it onto my show.
Sweet. Yes, I have it. Why does it always ask me? All right, wait. Always asks me for permission.
That's weird because I give you like edit permission and then I always see it. It's funny. I'll be at work or something. It'll be like 10 o'clock in the morning. It's like Chris Ross would like permission to download this. And I'm like, well, fuck him.
Yeah, fuck that guy. His stupid face. Excuse me. Yeah, what was I going to say? Pat Patterson thing tonight was absolutely amazing if you get a chance to see him. It's one of the first times he's done something like that. Yeah, it was very good.
The one-man show from Mick Foley's actually here, I think, tomorrow, and I'm not going only because it's like $70 and I just don't want to do it.
$70? Really?
Yeah.
I saw him. I've seen. I can't even speak English. I have seen 2 of his one-man shows over here, and they were like fucking in the £15 or something. It's like $20.
Was it worth it?
Oh God, yeah. And he's doing the Jericho Cruise as well. He's doing this show, the 20 Years of Hell in a Cell, whatever the fuck it is. So, yeah, hopefully I get to go to this thing. We shall see.
When is it again? It's
end of October. Yeah, it's like 27th of October. It's around about the time of that pay-per-view. Pardon me. Right, let's just check. It says, oh fuck it. Yeah, it's there. But I'll need to. You're probably going to have to grant me permission again to download this thing.
So if you send the permission thing across or ask to grant it. I'll do it while I'm right here.
This isn't even the right. It's weird. Fuck it. Press play. There we go. Click. Need permission. Request access. There we go. It's Gmail again. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Anyway, patrons, you've been watching us talk shit. This is truly extended behind the scenes bullshit you've been watching. It's like, how do you send this fucking email? How does this thing work? Fucking hell. Did you get it?
Yeah, I just shared it with you. So open that up. Shake and bake and check that baby out. See, everything is better with a Casey Kasem voice, right? Be like, Nat Mash KO, she fucked off because she just couldn't handle the heat.
It sounds like Brian Alvarez. It seriously does. It's actually, do you know what it is? That voice sounds like a mixture of Brian Alvarez and Dave Meltzer put together. That's exactly what it is.
So wasn't that amazing? They had Bruce Mitchell, Brian Alvarez, Dave Meltzer, and who was number 4? But they were all at StarCast.
Yeah, I watched this.
Who's number 4?
Wait, so who was it? Bruce Mitchell, Dave Meltzer, Wade Keller, and Alvarez.
Rounds out the Fantastic Four. Man, people must have ripped the shit out of them.
No, dude, no, it was a smarky fucking crowd because they paid to go and see them, and it was awful. It was. I started watching it, and then I was like, no, I can't watch them because they're fucking not the best things to look at on a stage. I'm not gonna body shame them, but they have all these weird tics. Every single one of them has weird fucking things that are going on. It's like, God, what the fuck is this? And then I was like, well, I'm not going to watch it. I'll listen to it in bed. So I was listening to it in bed last night, and that's when I was lying in bed, and the bed actually broke, and I fell through the thing, and it woke me up a bit, which was good. Because it's like 4 guys. These guys make a fortune talking about wrestling. Right, I don't mind Meltzer doing the historical stuff, as in documenting it. It's great, and Keller documenting all this stuff. But don't ever speak. They're just the least entertaining people to speak about wrestling I've ever heard in my fucking life.
That's why we need to get on the gig.
Exactly. They never joke. It's like never, it's fucking everything. That's just what was so refreshing about Pat Patterson tonight. He's just like, fuck it. It was so good.
I've always said I thought there would be a lot of fun. And again, it's because I have the bug, right? I've done, commentary for different things and hosted plenty of shows over the years. Yeah. I would love to call a wrestling match for, even if it was a promotion where there were 200 people. How amazing would that be? Oh, yeah. Right? You and I could easily do it. Yeah. That'd be cool. It's obviously nice to have some very different personalities in there. So you could have me as more of the straight-laced guy calling it, and you could definitely be the jokey heel. That would be a fantastic dynamic.
I'll be your Jerry the King Lawler any day. What was I going to say? The fucking... Yeah, that we do a thing called the Reaction Room Rumble, which is just commentating over a Royal Rumble thing on a video game that patrons pick and stuff. And it's the 2 of us just it's so hard. It's like I just call everything a suplex because I can't remember moves. I can't fuck. That's why you would have to be that guy that does the moves and stuff, you know.
No. It's the missus. Come say hello to Chris.
Hello.
Yeah, come say hello. Yeah, come say hello.
Hi.
See?
Hi, how you doing?
Right there. Look right there. Say hello.
Can you see me? Oh, wait, I'll do this. Wait, there we go. Hi. How you doing?
Yeah. That's the battle axe.
The battle axe.
The better half. Okay. Yeah, she just got home. Man, she worked like a fucking 12, 13-hour day.
But wow.
Yeah, so she has her own paint store. It's hers. And basically, as you can imagine, you have to do everything.
Yeah. Yikes.
Well, it's funny. We live in different worlds, right? And I'm more of like the corporate guy where somewhat I'm in digital marketing, and it's a weird world too because you're dealing with some really great clients. I mean, I don't really have anything negative to say. It's just a very like time-consuming world because there's so many accounts that you're dealing with such a slew of different needs and different dynamics. So just totally different lives that we lead. And sometimes I'll come home and record like 2 hours worth of voiceover work for clients on the side, and then it turns into like a 10-hour day.
Fucking
so
hell.
that's where the beer comes into play for me.
I've tried to lay off the beer a little bit because when was it? We done a live stream on Friday, just then, and I came up with this idea, right? To anytime someone gives us a tip on a live stream, Braun Strowman's. There's a little image of Braun Strowman choke slamming Roman Reigns to the announce table, and it's really loud. It's just his entrance going Braun, and it's so fucking loud. So we could be talking like this, having a conversation. The next thing someone gives you $1 or whatever, and it just goes Braun, like so loud in our fucking ears. And someone suggested, it'd be great if fucking Chris had done his Braun impression at the same time someone gave a tip, and I was like, that's impossible. Let's try it. So I just kept going 3, 2, 1, Braun, like doing the big voice, and then going 3, 2, 1, Braun, and then just kept coming in and coming in and coming in. On Friday, we got so drunk, people were giving us all these tips. It was amazing, but I think I deafened myself. Honestly, it was fucking horrendous. And then we went on this. It was a live stream. It lasted 6 hours and 40 minutes.
Holy shit!
Yep.
That's like an episode of Raw.
Not quite, my man, not quite. Anyway, I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to go to my I can't even go to bed. I need to get this up and running for Friday. So, thank you. I'll let you know if the file works out okay.
Yeah, please let me know. Like at least even before you go, just test it out just to make sure the sound's okay and all that.
Yeah,
right? I want to make sure that it's all good. Because
of the setup we've got right now, I can't play the actual. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, wait. Let me see. Wait, let's just check. I might be able to check it on here. Hi, patrons. You keep them entertained. Even if anyone's still here, I doubt they are. They've switched off a long time ago. They've switched off right away when it's like, oh, Natalie's not going to be here. It's just two fucking idiots talking. Two men talking about wrestling. Fuck them. Let me check this. Who the fuck? Excuse me.
We got to do it when she's here sometime, too.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was the plan tonight. But we got back so fucking late, and then also I had to try and get this Skype shit working.
And it's funny because I've always like known of her, and she's always known of me, but I don't think her and I have ever interacted together.
Yeah, probably not, actually.
Over all these years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I know she's a fan, likewise, but yeah, we've never really chatted.
Let's just put this in here. Yeah, I think I can check this. Here we go. I'm back. Nat Maskio has fucked off to bed. As you can see over there, there's just an empty chair. It's empty. I forgo the flavour part.
You go for hard liquor, though. I can't, because if I have, say, like a diet rum
Sounds
and Coke, yeah, I guess I'm watching.
Sweet.
Good quality, yeah?
Yep. So that means I'll get my half of it and your half. Put them together and it should sound sweet.
Nice.
Right, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Thank you very much, my man. I'm going to stick this... Oh, face on. There you go. I have no idea what I feel drunk and I'm not. This flu. I hope you don't get this flu over the.
Shit, I've heard it's one of those bugs that just transfer through audio waves. So I might be fucked.
Yeah, you're fucked, man. You're gonna have to take a week off work. This thing fucked me up, man. I'm gonna play. Thank you very much. If anyone's still watching this, we've been very. It's been very behind the scenes, this one. Thank you for watching. We love you all. And I'm just going to play this outro once again so that we can end this fucking show. Right, we'll be in touch soon, Mr. Toplak.
Yeah, keep in touch, man.
Always a
pleasure.
Seg 2 is almost done. Ow! Thank you, patrons. We love you. And remember one thing. Fuck off!
Fucking ridiculous.
Cheers, motherfuckers!